I'll be in and out.
You good, man? I got it.
All right, we live.
Hey, oh, it didn't count down. We live now?
Yeah, we live.
Okay. Hey, welcome to Panthers Legends Saturday. This is Panthers Germany, Wiley, and jayisue. Jayisue, what's the issue, brother?
Yes, sir. What up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon. Hopefully y'all up, working. If not, getting up, getting ready for y'all day. We finna talk about the old school and the new school. When
Uh-huh.
I became a Panther fan, so we gonna talk about it. Let's get it.
Yep. So the Legends now, that's your time, jayisue. I cover the whole time. And I'm gonna go backwards so that way we can put a little perspective in this. I understand that, y'all new school guys think that Cam Newton's the greatest thing since cottage cheese. But I don't know, man. Well,
Hey,
let's get it.
don't say no, y'all, cause I've been a fan before Cam got there. But
Uh oh, here we go. Here we go.
yeah.
Just talk to me then. Talk to me then. So who? Let's start with your list of legends. Matter of fact, we'll do this. We'll put a question out there. So we're gonna go through the legends today. Our legends, my legends, I think are Panther legends, and then yours. And then we also go through the best Panthers all time and who's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame at
Okay.
the end of the show. So if y'all out here listening, I want you to look up who the best Panthers and what's the likelihood of those guys going to the Hall of Fame. I think you're gonna be surprised. All right, Jez, give me your list.
All right, so when I became a Panthers fan was 2007. So
Oh,
what really made me a Panther fan? It was two that really made me a Panther fan. I'm from Cali, but my dad had a Carolina Panthers blanket. He was a
oh,
he was a Raider, but he collected every team because he was just one of those dudes that liked it. How I fit on him, how I looked on him, but he was really a Raider fan.
oh,
So the
oh,
second the second reason why I became a Panther fan was Steve Smith.
oh. See, Cali. Yeah, I see what's going on here. Go ahead.
No, no, don't do that, Wally. I didn't know. I did not have a clue that Steve Smith was from Cali.
ah,
But after 2007, like I wasn't a football fan. I was young, so I wasn't the only child. So I was like in the streets. I wasn't with none of that color stuff, none game banging, none of that. But I just wasn't focused on football. I didn't like sports. But I started liking football because I had to like a sport. I mean, who grows up not liking a sport? But uh
okay. All
I
right.
like I like the certain teams because of their colors, but I never rep them. So if you
Ah.
if you ever catch my family member saying this and that, don't believe them.
Here we go. Here we go. But disclaimers already.
No,
Disclaimers already.
hey! I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a buck with you, Wiley.
All right. All right. So
Um,
what about Steve made you want to be a fan?
he was it was his last name. My last name Smith. Um,
Ah.
he was a short wide receiver. He was feisty. He just showed me like a difference at the position that I did not see coming out of no wide receiver. And he was short, so it's like, damn, he really showing dudes the business.
Yeah, I got you. I can understand that. I can
Yeah,
understand that. Cali,
so
short dude. Okay, I got you. Same
Wally,
night. Okay.
Wally.
Yeah.
you, you keep hitting me with that, man. I don't, I don't know how to respond.
All
But
right. All right.
in school, I used to like get like magazines and cut out Panther logos and cut out Steve Smith when he was on the magazines. I used to draw the logo, color, like all that. So um after I became a Panther fan and I used to go around my older brother, he was a Bears fan and he used to talk so much trash. It made me like put my full focus on football. Like I started learning the players. I started like going back and forth with him. What player is better than who? Um, but yeah,
Okay.
he made me better at football. So um, I'm not gonna lie, I skipped it some years, until we drafted Cam. That's what made me start like
I
learning
knew
pos-
it.
learning
I
position. No,
knew
no, look. I ain't a hey, Wally. I'm not a Cam. I love Cam. I respect what he did for Carolina and what he brought to the NFL. But I've been a fan before he came here. I'm not a player lover, so
All
I
right,
just
I
started.
got you.
I just started focusing on football more and learning the positions and the players.
Yeah,
So
well,
other than Steve Smith, I would say Foster, Gamble, John Beason,
uh-oh. Okay, keep going.
uh, Ryan Khalil, and Jordan Gross,
Ryan Khalil and Jordan Gross. Okay. That's your list.
and D'Angelo Williams. I'll leave it right
Oh, D. Williams. Okay. All right. Those are not bad. Those are pretty good
there.
selections of Panthers. I see what you did. You did a little offense, a little defense, running back, quarterback. I see what you did. You mixed it all up. So
Yeah,
that way is it's kind of you showing that you're just not a Cam fan. Ain't nothing wrong with those guys. It's just
yeah. It's not, but it's
yeah.
something wrong with him. But yeah.
So I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm gonna go back. So I became a Panther fan, as soon as we got notified in '94 that we was gonna get a team in '95. So and also the reason why I became a Panther fan is I always talk about Dom Capers, right?
Hmm.
Well, Don Capers was the defensive coordinator at my team, Pittsburgh. Then he became the first head coach of my new team. You see why the kinship is there for me with Dom Capers?
Yeah.
It's not just like this guy was our first head coach and that's it. No, no. He was our defensive coordinator when I was a Pittsburgh fan. I've been a Pittsburgh fan from 1970. What year was that? I think I was 6, 7. So that was 76, 77. Yeah, I know I'm old. So it was like 76, 77. Pittsburgh was winning back then, and I was a fan. My uncle was a Pittsburgh fan. I became a Pittsburgh fan, and I was a
Okay.
Pittsburgh fan all the way until we got a team in '95. So that's the reason why I had that kinship with Dom Capers. Now going back to the '95 team again, to me, the Panther that started the whole trend of keep pounding, the Panther that showed us what a middle linebacker is supposed to play like,
Hmm.
Sam Mills. You know that. 5'9",
Mm.
225 pounds. Yes. That means I don't want to hear nothing about no doggone chin too small to play linebacker. You know what I'm saying? This is a joke. But don't you know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, he's too small. I'm like, huh? This don't equate. So let's move forward a little bit. So on that 95 team, like I
Hmm.
said, Sam. Then also we drafted our quarterback. Now that guy, he gets an honorable mention because he was our first quarterback, right? So the first quarterback was Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins get a notable. He was good at the beginning. However, drinking problems and saying racial statements don't work out too well.
So the
The,
first quarterback that got drafted by us was on some
Kerry
racial stuff.
Collins. Oh yes, he came out. He played good. His first, he made a Pro Bowl, right?
Hmm.
His second year, he made the Pro Bowl. That's the year we beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. That's the last, you know what I'm saying? We beat the Cowboys in the playoffs. When we beat them in the playoffs, the Cowboys was hurting for a while there. So we put the end of put the nail in the coffin in those Cowboys. Those Cowboys you see now haven't won but one playoff game since we put them to sleep. That's why I'd be like, screw those Cowboys.
Mm.
Next guy on the list. Next guy on the list. To me, just me. I would say it would be Wesley Walls. Wesley Walls was our first tight end. Wesley Walls came from San Francisco, and when we first started, San Francisco and we were in the same division as San Francisco. We were in the West. There was no NFC South when we first started. Did you know that?
Nah, then that's weird though. Why would we be on the South when we?
We were in the West.
Yeah,
Us
West.
We were in the West. There was only place for us. So we were in the NFC West, and we played against San Francisco all the time. And we used to give San Francisco the business. And that's when San Francisco was good. We used to give them the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the next person on the list for me, I would go to the 2000. Let me see. Make sure I go with Mike Rucker and
Okay.
Bruce. I go Mike Rucker. Mike Rucker and his teammate Chris Jenkins. Those two guys were setting the tone from a defensive line perspective. Now, I missed the linebacker, a key linebacker, Kevin Green.
So let
Kevin.
me get this straight, Wiley.
Mm-hmm.
A coach made you become a Panther fan.
Yep.
A linebacker, what is it? An edge and a DT or two edges?
What's that? I'm not finished, but yeah. So the first person was Dom Capers,
Okay.
and that we were getting a team because I always hated that I had to root for some team that wasn't in the Carolinas. I'm Carolina through and through, man.
Okay.
So that's just me. So we got Sam. Sam was outstanding when he came. He set the tone. Then when we got Kevin Green, because Kevin Green came from Pittsburgh to us. Remember, I told you I was still a Pittsburgh fan when we first
Mm-hmm.
started.
Mm-hmm.
So Kevin Green was here a couple years. Kevin Green set some records with us. He gets a notable mention. Now, Muhammad. Moose is Muhammad. Moose, he was that first number one receiver we had. He was the first dog that we had. Now, Moose wasn't the fastest guy, but Moose was definitely dependable. Between him and Wesley Walls, we had a killer combo there.
Mm.
What's up? You feeling what I'm putting down?
I don't.
You don't know these guys.
The
Guys,
Sam, yeah, I don't. I really don't. The Sam
it's okay.
Hill, that's on the back end of his career though. He only been with us for
Yeah,
what, 2 years?
3 years as a player, and then became a coach. But you got to understand, our when we first took off, right,
Hmm.
we had the best record as a franchise ever starting. We had the best record. I think we still have the best record from as a franchise from beginning to where we at now. And
Right.
you measure us against other franchises, we have a way better record than them. Did you know that?
No, I did not. But I noticed that we're the youngest team that made it to the Super Bowl before a couple
Jacksonville.
teams.
Yeah, Jacksonville hasn't been. We've been twice. We
Right.
started the same year.
I thought it was more teams that we beat to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah, we beat
Or
other teams. I'm just saying, if you look at Jacksonville, we started the same year.
oh
We've
yeah,
been to Super Bowl twice.
we have a
Jacksonville hasn't been.
better postseason in them as well.
Correct, correct. And there's other teams that have never been to the Super Bowl, and they've been in the league longer than us.
Right. That's what I meant.
Yeah, like the Browns and whatnot. Yeah. So
Right.
let's keep going here. I have an old school guy that you may or may not know about here, but I like the guy.
Okay.
So you probably do know about this guy, but I like John Beeson.
No, I know him. He was there when I became a fan.
Yeah, so John Beeson is one of those guys. He is one of those guys that I thought he was going to be a long time Panther. It's just that injury took him out. Unlike Thomas Davis, which is the next guy on my list,
Hmm.
he didn't get the opportunity to do all the rehabbing that Thomas did and to continue his career. But Beeson was a beast when he was with us.
Was he? Would you put him over Thomas Davis, or is he like slightly under him?
He is he's a he
He
he's
having a
above
hard
Thomas
time.
Davis. No, he's above Thomas Davis. He has a better career than well, not really, but he has. So I'm looking at there's a site here. You know, I'm all about those numbers, right?
Yeah.
And there's a site that talks about like your career. So Pro Bowls, he got first team All Pro and multiple Pro Bowls. Thomas Davis has. I don't think he had one All Pro year. Let me see. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did neither. He only made one Pro Bowl though, I believe. But why'd you bring up John Beason, Wiley? Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
I'm
hear you.
sorry. My phone. Okay. Okay. Let me hold my phone in my hand. But so John Beeson. Why I like John Beeson? Because he reminded me. So Sam was his mentor. Did you know that?
Nah.
Yeah, because Sam was our linebacker coach. Sam was mentoring him, and then he mentored Thomas, and so did Sam. And
Hmm.
then both of them mentored Luke. So when we talk about that first linebacker, the linebackers we have now are all connected to him because
Connected
Shaq.
Warren Mills.
Yes, because all of them were mentored by somebody. Their mentor was Sam, all the way back.
Gotcha.
So each one of the linebackers we have now, because Shaq has now mentored the linebackers we have now, and Shaq was mentored by Luke and Thomas Davis, and Thomas was mentored by
John
Sam
Beason.
and Sam. Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
see how that through line goes through.
Yeah, it sound good. It's just we always had a linebacker core. Like it always been good.
Yeah, but it all started from the beginning, right?
Right.
I got a special teamer here that you may. I know you don't know about this guy, Michael Bates, kick returner.
Mm,
Michael Bates was on the first team we had. Michael Bates is he made the all decade team of the '90s as a kick returner.
okay,
He
so
was a
he supposed to
bad.
be somebody.
Oh, he was a bad man. He was a bad man. He had five in the '90s. He had five touchdowns returned for five returns for touchdown, kickoff returns for touchdown
In a season or his career?
in the '90s
Okay.
from '95 to 2000, by almost one a year. And back then, people wasn't doing that. It was
Right.
rare. And he was all pro. He was the top kick returner in the league for 5 straight years. He made the
Damn.
all decade team. Yeah, yeah. So you know, see, his average was 30 yards. Let me see here. I think it was like 30, almost 31 yards every time he touched the ball.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
No, it's not.
So he was first. He's the all decade team, first team all pro multiple times, 5 times, and he's a Pro Bowler one time.
Okay, okay.
Not a bad career, huh?
Now I wonder why our special teams downgraded for them years. Only one that really showed out was Ted Ginn, but it wasn't that. It was whatever with him.
Yeah, Ted wasn't this guy.
Nah, he wasn't.
Nah. In the '90s, his average was looked like it says 30, almost 31 yards in the 90 to 2000, 95 to 2000,
You said his
or
name was
96.
Eric
His name was Michael Bates.
Michael Bates.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So who's next on your list?
Next on my list, and this is I'm getting a little warmer to you now. So we done went through those guys. So
The older
let's
dude.
see. Yeah, yeah, we done got through those guys. So we'll go to Greg Olson. Greg is a pretty good Panther from my perspective. He's not the best tight end I ever played, but he's not bad. He's not shabby. A couple 1,000 yard seasons. I'll give him opportunity to be on my list. What you think?
So are you going down? Cause you are. Did you finish your list of why you became a Panther, or you just going down your
I'm,
players list?
these are so why I became a Panther fan is because, like I said, I grew up so in South Carolina, being from South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Uh, there was roughly five teams that people were rooted for at that time. The Commanders. We don't want to call the old team name, right? We know it's from Washington. They was Pittsburgh, Dallas, Atlanta, and then there was who was the other team? Pittsburgh, Atlanta, and it was the Giants. The Giants. So those were the teams that people rooted for, at least when I was small. So this was like middle school. When we went to middle school, this is what everybody was. You had to choose a team. I chose Pittsburgh because of my uncle. My dad didn't really watch football. He's more of a basketball guy, but my uncle watched football. So that was why I chose Pittsburgh. And of course, Pittsburgh was winning in the '70s, so it was easy. It was easy. It was I was a bandwagon, so I
Yeah,
jumped on the
yeah,
bandwagon until
yeah. I
we
got
got
that
a team.
already. Okay.
Oh, see, there we go.
That's
See,
why
there
you
we
tried to
go.
put me in that boat, cause you were okay, Wally. I see what you did.
All right. So again, what I was saying, see, JS, you not no good, bro. You ain't no good. I saw that slick. That pretty slick.
I caught what you did too, but it's all good.
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, when I became a fan, it was easy. Uh, and we had winning seasons. First season, it was like 9-7. Excuse me, 7-9.
Hmm.
It was like, okay, that was the best start that any team had started. The next year went to playoffs, and Green Bay barely beat us. Think about that. We was a franchise, and Green Bay barely beat us. When I say they barely beat us, what it did is it was a play on the right hand side. We were up 10 on those guys. Think about
Hmm.
that. A new team was up on Green Bay, and Green Bay came back and you know,
Did they
they
have Favre at the time?
say again.
Did they have Brad Favre at the time or no?
Yeah, that Brett Favre. That was Brett Favre only Super Bowl, and they had
Mm,
Reggie White, and
okay.
Reggie White was a beast. But we were up on those guys as a second year in the
A
league.
new organization.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then here's the one that really hurts. So Bill Polian was our general manager. I saw that, Mr. White. I'll get at your yeah. Michael Bates was a track star, sir. He was a track star. Yes, he was. Yeah. So Bill Polian was our general manager. After we lost that game, the owner decided these old guys they ain't no future in this. But he didn't give the general manager opportunity to draft people. So the general manager and him had a falling out, and the general manager left. That was the beginning of the problems that we've been having since. But yeah, that's another podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's keep going here. So we went through Greg, went through Wesley, Mooson, okay. The, KK was pretty good, but if I'm going tackles, I'm going with Jenkins and I'm going with Bruce and Butler. So let's see here. I'm going to go with next. It's going to be on my list. It's going to be Cam Newton. We all know who Cam is.
Mm.
Cam is Cam, baby. Ain't no hate here. Cam is Cam. Cam is Cam. Now,
Right. Okay.
Cam is Cam. Ain't you ain't saying nothing about that. He's Superman. I don't think nobody, at least a Panther fan, ain't gonna say nothing bad about Cam. Well, some will, some will. Now, I forgot other quarterback though. I messed up. So I got too hyped looking at Cam name. Jake DeLong.
Yes, sir.
Jake DeLong, that raging Cajun himself. The raging Cajun himself. Now Jake, man, that guy, when he came to the team, he was the perfect guy for the perfect situation. Second overall pick, we chose Peppers, right? In the draft.
Mhm.
Jake DeLong came as a free agent. Fourth string guy off the. He was a fourth string guy. He was just supposed to be a backup. He wasn't supposed to be the starter. Pete was our starter. We had got Pete from I think it was Detroit. He came from, and Pete was our starter. Pete got hurt. Jake DeLong came in. History is history. All right, next guy on the list. So we already went to. So we're gonna go with Steve Smith. Steve Smith. So Steve, you already said it. Steve is Steve. You can't say anything. At least I haven't met anybody say anything bad about Steve. Other than when he was younger, he used to whoop people's butt. Other than
Yeah.
that, other than that, they can't say nothing. Steve is just a competitor, straight up competitor. The next person on my list is gonna be Luke Kuechly. Come on, Doc. What'd you say? You didn't pick Luke? Come on, man.
No,
How
I
you not
did.
gonna pick Luke?
I
All right.
did. I thought we was but you going to extent, but it's all right. But I think like with yours, you started off with like you had good players in your time period. Mine just like I'm seeing players getting picked high and they not panning out.
Oh
I
yeah,
see us
yeah,
wasting picks. I see us
yeah,
drafting players that's been drafted early.
yeah.
So I it's like I'm looking at the bowl and I'm trying to pick out the right instead of something that
I got you. All right.
yeah, but if I go with the modern day, I would say Cam, Luke, uh Star,
Oh, so I was pretty good.
CMC,
Yeah, I didn't pick. Yeah, you're right. I didn't go with no. I haven't given a running back yet.
uh JC Horn,
Oh,
and I'm gonna stop right there. I ain't got too much to pick through, so
all right. What about Peppers? You had Peppers?
yeah, Peppers, but he was already like
He had played for 2 decades. My
yeah,
nigga.
he already played already, and then he left like probably 2 years
No,
into
he left
the
long. No, he was gone longer than
yeah,
that,
he
bro.
was
He was
gone
he
like
was gone for about 7 years, 8 years.
yeah, so I that's why I didn't count Pep, but Pep that dude.
Oh, Pep is that dude. So there's a running back that I miss. Now, old school Panther fans gonna like this one. Stephen Davis. So the 2003 run. See, you picked out his running mate, but you didn't pick out Stephen Davis. Ha ha ha! You pick out Foster. You missed out on Stephen. You not see Stephen
I had to. I
Davis?
don't even think Steven was he with the Panthers 2007?
Let me see. He was maybe not. You're right, because you just yeah you this might have been two. He was there in 2000. No, his final season was 2006.
Yeah, because it was Foster and Williams by the time I
Yep.
became a fan. So I didn't even
hmm
yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Davis was that
He said
boy,
he set the tone.
dude. That's how we got the Super Bowl. That's how we got the Super Bowl. I'm telling you. Look at this. So what we got? So we got some guys in the chat, man. You ain't but you should have slowed me down a little bit. Let's look at this chat.
I mean, they was coming out the your head. I ain't think you want to see them comments.
Nah, we good. Nah, we good. Those guys they're talking good stuff.
Oh, they is. Let me
Yeah,
scroll back up. Oh, you got it.
yeah. They're talking good stuff. What we got? I see what you're saying, Mr. White. See, Mr. White is he's supporting me. What we got here? See what these guys talking about. Yeah, Green Bay in the championship game was outstanding, Mr. White.
I got you, Ollie. Go ahead, recap
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Which one?
Oh, it's on the screen.
Oh, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. I am a Panthers fan from the beginning. From the beginning. I
Wally,
was a Pittsburgh fan.
admit you was a bandwagon. Just get it.
No, how was I bandwagon when I started from the beginning?
You started from the beginning. You was never a Steeler fan.
I was 6 or 7. We didn't have a
Oh,
team.
we
We
gonna
didn't
do
have a
that.
team. We didn't
Okay.
have a team. Come on now. We didn't
I
have, and now we didn't have a team. So that was my defense.
yeah, I can't rock with that, Wally.
I was going to root for somebody. I see that. Yes, Stephen Davis was with Washington before he came to us. That's outstanding pickup there, Mister White. Yeah. Hey man, I'm just telling you, this right here, we as Panthers, we have a good Panther fan. We have a pretty good list here. Now, the question gonna be is who gonna have the opportunity to go to the Hall of Fame that was on your list? Let's go,
mm,
Jay Issue. Let's go. Uh-oh.
on my list, because since I didn't add Pep, even though I like Pep,
You can add
uh,
Pep. You can add Pep. Who on your
uh, Pep Smith, Smitty, and I'm hoping Luke get in there, even though he had less years than the average linebacker, but his resume is crazy. So out of my list, I have to say those three. Um, I don't know if you're on mute or not, Wally, but you're not connected.
who you think got the best chance of those three? Luke, Pep, and Steve. Who got the
Pep,
best chance?
Pep for sure.
Okay, Pep got the best chance.
Yes, sir.
Well, well, this site agrees with you. It's futurefootballlegends.com. It says that Pep has a legend score of 54, and his likelihood of getting in is pretty high. First ballot Hall of Fame.
Luke, first ballot.
Peppers.
Oh, Pep. I was
Now
finna lose my
Luke,
mind.
Luke, Pep had a score of 54. Luke scores 50. Ah, yeah, Luke is probably gonna get in first ballot also.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, Luke got a pretty high score, bro.
That's what's up.
Now Smitty, unless he got a score of 18.
That's low. That's disrespectful.
Now watch this. Michael Bates, that kick returner.
Uh huh.
Guess what his score was?
Probably like a 37,
No, it was 28.
28.
Mm-hmm. He didn't make the Hall of Fame yet.
Right.
He may make it as a because they're trying to start putting in kick returners and stuff like that, special team guys. Then maybe they'll get him in then as a you know one of those guys. But he didn't make it.
Okay.
Now Smitty at 18, he has the same score as Ryan Khalil.
That's cool. That's wild.
Huh? Watch
Ryan
this.
Khalil was.
Chris Jenkins, nose tackle. His score is 17, same as Cam Newton's, 17.
Low percentage.
I'm just saying. And Chris didn't make it.
Hmm.
He was eligible in 2016. He didn't make it yet. So that tells you,
It's
come
hard to
on,
get in the
Doc.
Hall of Fame.
Why is this? Do you think Greg Olsen even has a chance or Thomas Davis?
Uh,
Based on the trend I've been naming.
Olsen should have the higher percentage than TD.
His score is 9. And
Whoa,
TD's score is 8.
whoa. I don't
Wesley
think.
Wall, Wesley Walls, which was our best tight end, right? He
Mhm.
didn't make it. His score was 14.
Is it because they played in Carolina? Is why their
No,
percentage?
no, no, no. The way they go by is they go by the number of Pro Bowls you made, first team or second team All Pro. They go by whether you were defensive player of the year or you had an MVP or something like that.
Okay. Mr. White says, Wally, these youngsters don't understand the struggle. I remember when there was no representation from the Carolinas.
Say it again, Mr. White. But remember now, JSU, we went through this. See, Mr. White, he may not have been here for that show. What did we say? What was the name of that team, JSU?
When
The
we went
Charlotte
through,
what?
um, when we was talking about the us being young and we don't be
The
like
the
respected.
first professional football team, first professional football team in the Carolinas. Who was it?
Was it Star or was it Pittsburgh, Carolina?
It was the Stars, remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Initially.
yeah.
And then they changed the name to what?
Uh,
Charlotte Hornets. Come on, JSU.
shit. Yeah, they
Yeah.
changed it like 3 times, didn't they?
It was two times. They
Two.
played for a year and a half uh, at Carolina, but they changed the name because initially it came as the Stars from. This is for you, Mr. White. They came as the Stars from New York, and then they changed the name to kind of it looks similar to Buffalo's symbol, so they changed it to the Hornets. And the Charlotte Hornets football team was first professional football team in the Carolinas, and that was the World Football League, Mr. White. If you go back, you'll see that show there that JS and I did. See, JS, come on, bruh. I'm the old guy. You supposed to remember all this stuff.
Yeah, I deal with a lot, man. It comes and goes.
He comes and goes.
Yeah.
All right. So what you think, JS? You think our list, man, it becomes really treacherous when you talk about Hall of Fame, right?
Yes, sir. It's you got to hand pick it. It's like all of them not gonna make it. You got to take your fandom out of it and be like realistic about it.
Yep. Crazy, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now watch this. Sam made it, and Sam's score was 16.
That's wild.
So that gives Smitty a little hope, right?
Yeah.
Smitty scores 18.
Yeah, a little bit
The
higher.
only the only other Panther that has that jacket or former Panther was Kevin Green, and Kevin Green got in at a score of 33.
Woo.
Hmm. Crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So people keep saying we got one Hall of Famer. In reality, when he went in as a Pittsburgh, Carolina, and Rams representative. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
He played for all three. He didn't count the 49ers. I think he played 1 year at the 49ers. They was messing with his money. That's why he played for the 49ers 1 year.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah, he was with the Rams first, then went to Pittsburgh because the Rams were playing him out of position. Then he went to Pittsburgh. So Kevin Green's career looks like Louvu's career. The only difference is Kevin Green was a low draft pick, and Louvu was a undrafted guy. But being played out of position at your first team and not having great numbers, that's how Kevin Green numbers look like Louvu's numbers at the Jets. Then when he moved to Pittsburgh, Kevin Green became Kevin Green, the Hall of Famer.
Okay.
See, little history there, JSU, just a little bit. So what you say, JSU? What you think?
I think I think back then we was great on defense. We had like one brightness on offense. Well, probably I said probably a few spots on offense, but mainly on defense. In my era, it's spots on both sides of the ball. I'm not even gonna lie. So y'all had it good. Y'all had it good back then, in my opinion.
I
Uh,
think so. I think so. I
right.
think we had it pretty good as fans because you got to think we had a brand new team. We had star power at middle linebacker, star power at outside linebackers because Lamar Latham came and Kevin Green came, and they had some of the best years at outside linebacker we ever had or defensive end.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they had the highest total 13 sacks, 13 and a half sacks, and 14 and a half sacks in 1 year on each side.
It's pretty
Think if
good.
we had that. That's not bad,
No, it's not.
huh?
And I don't know if I mentioned Chris Gamble, but I like Chris Gamble a lot
Oh,
too.
Chris Gamble was really good. He
Yes,
he was
sir.
really good. But I believe there was another one. Mr. White, who was that safety that legend? I'm trying to remember his name again. Hold on a second. Oh, Mr. White, you might have to help me out on this one.
Godfrey.
No.
He was before
Uh,
Godfrey.
yeah, he was before Godfrey. Mm, he was on the 2003 team. I have to look this up. Yeah, I'm tripping. See, I'm getting old. Normally, I remember everything. This is what happened when you start getting old, JSU.
I know you know a lot for your age.
For my age. Okay. Appreciate it, JSU. Appreciate it. Like, you're old, man, but you can remember a couple of things.
Mike Mentor.
Yes. No, Mike Mentor.
I'm going down the list. I just seen him
Yes,
as the
Mike
first one.
Mentor. Mike Mentor. Mike Mentor was yes, Mike Mentor. Mike Mentor. He bridged three different corner. So he came there. I think it was. Let me see. I believe it was the last year. Let me click on his name to make sure here. I think he
He
went
played.
through.
He played 97 through 2006.
Yep. So what he did is he bridged three different head coaches. Capers, the guy we got from San Fran, was his what was his name? George Seifer, and then Fox, John Fox. He went through three different coaches and starred every time. Not an issue. He was a bad man. Mike Mentor was a bad man.
It looks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he seemed like he was good in coverage and batting balls down and tackling because his interceptions he don't have a high ratage of interceptions.
No, no. But he didn't. But tackling, yeah, he was really good. He
Okay.
was really good. I like Mike Mentor. Mike Mentor was one of those guys where uh, our safeties didn't get a lot of tackles,
Hmm.
but if you got back there, you was gonna feel the pain.
I know
You're
he
gonna
went
feel it.
he went crazy on his tackles. His first him as a rookie had 53 solos. Second year 19, third year 74. 91, 65, 66, 77, 63, 41, 59. So 608 solo tackles in
Pretty
his
good,
career.
huh?
Hell
Not,
yeah, I love that. I would love that at safety.
hey, pretty sure, huh?
Bro.
Hey, know what I'm saying? Mike Mitchell was one of those guys. He should have been on the list. That was total disrespect. I'm sorry, Mike. That was total disrespect. I have to say I'm sorry, man. That was that was pretty good. See, Ken Lucas. Oh, 704. Ken Lucas. Ken Lucas was pretty good too, 704. But we remember what happened to Ken Lucas. Do you remember what happened to Ken Lucas, JSU?
Nah.
Smitty broke his jaw, and after that, he wasn't no more good.
See, I heard about that, but I ain't looking to it. I was still young.
Yeah. Once Smitty broke his jaw, uh, that was it.
Dang.
He was no more good. He was like a wet paper towel. You
Oh
see,
man.
Jay, see, look at that. Look what 704 says. He knocked him out.
That was
See,
a bad man.
he took his heart, man. It was done. He was done.
Smith
Now they
Smith.
ship. There's one guy. I don't know if he makes the list, but he caused us to make it to 2003 Super Bowl, and that was Ricky Manning.
Ricky.
Ricky Manning is one of those guys where he's never going to be on anyone's list, but without Ricky Manning, we wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl. We wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl that year. That's for sure.
Oh, he was a cornerback.
Well, yeah. He was a cornerback. Yeah, Smitty knocked that boy out. He tried.
Oh,
Yeah, they were in practice. Go ahead.
he had a short career too.
Yeah, Smitty. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Smitty took that boy heart. So Smitty and Moose Muhammad used to bully the cornerback. They did.
That's wild.
See, he's looking at see James Jones said he remember that. See, this is pretty good memories. Oh, see 704. No, bruh. He talking about Casey. Man, come on. See. Every time. Yeah, I didn't put Casey on the list. Casey is definitely a Panthers legend. But that kick, you right, 704. That kick will put him in infamy. Infamy.
Mm.
That oh man. We probably could have won 704. Probably could have won.
What, Casey
Oh, but
missed a kick in the Super Bowl or something?
yeah, kicked out of bounds. Made it a short kick.
Gave him a short
Yep,
yardage.
short field. Short field. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Man, I know that one hurt.
Dude. First time getting to the Super Bowl, we hadn't been a team, but what? 2003, you're talking what? 95, 8 years? What, 8 years in? We had a Super Bowl. We had a chance to win.
Tell her good.
They, dude, they got geeked I was at that time. Being a Panther fan back then was like, oh, look, read what MG says.
MBJ.
Yeah.
He blamed Ricky Manning.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Ricky Manning played pretty doggone good, man. He was bullying those receivers from Philly. Philly was supposed to be in that Super Bowl. We weren't supposed to be there. And then the next year, Philly went and got Terrell Owens. That's how they made the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we finna hit that 50 mark. You want to open the chat or?
Yeah, open it up, bro. Open it up. Let's see what Mr. White had to say. Or see, yeah, there we go. Hey,
All
come
right.
join us, guys. Come join us.
Leak is in the chat.
See if my list and JSU's list. See if we got any issues. As a matter of fact, let's talk about that Hall of Fame too. What you say, JSU? I think I got him on my side, man. I think I did a pretty good job of laying it out. I don't know, man. What you think?
Yeah, out of the list, I just got to go with one right now. I wasn't there to see. The players that y'all know. So the Hall of Fame list is pretty short for Carolina. Mr. West, Mr. White, my fault. What up?
What's
Welcome to the
up? What's
stream.
up, fellas? What's up?
Ain't nothing to it, brother. So what you think? You think we cooking on something today or what?
I mean, y'all cooking, Wiley. I mean, I'm right there with you on this one, Wiley. I'm a little bit older than a lot of the other fans here in the channel, but uh, I'm like Wiley. I grew up, born and raised in North Carolina. Um, didn't have a team from the Carolinas, so you got to remember back then. Most of the people from the Carolinas were bandwagon fans because we didn't have anybody representing us in the NFL.
Correct.
So most of them were Dallas Cowboy fans.
I hated
Most
them.
of them were Washington Redskin fans only by proximity because that was the closest team, where I was living at. South Carolina could have been Atlanta. So it was Atlanta between
Yep.
Atlanta and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Pittsburgh Steelers fans because the
Yep.
Steelers were running through the 70s.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Four,
Oh yeah.
four championships in the 70s. But another team that people jumped on the bandwagon for was San Fran because San Fran ran through the 80s.
You're
So there
right.
was a lot of people that were 49ers fans just because they were winning in the 80s.
But they also
So,
were Giants too. They were Giants fans
yeah,
because the Giants were good in the 80s.
yeah, the Giants too. So when I went to college at Hampton University. Now,
Ah, okay.
Hampton University is very, very diverse. You would think that being in Virginia, the majority of the student base would be from Virginia, but that's not the case. There were students from all over the country, and I mean not just small representation, but I mean they were deep representation from a lot of cities all over the country.
Okay.
So they used to have a saying because they used to get on people that were bandwagon fans, living in Chicago, but a Giants fan.
Mm.
So they said, if you don't live within a certain radius of that team, then you're not a true fan.
Aha.
Well, me being from North Carolina, I didn't have anybody near me. So I'm like Wiley. I grew up a Steelers fan. I was a Steelers fan all my life until the Panthers came into existence. So once they came into existence, this is how I tried to play it. The Steelers were my firstborn,
See?
but
See?
the Panthers was my secondborn.
I see what y'all
See?
doing.
So, but everybody said you can't have two teams. So once everybody got on me about having two teams, I went with my heart and I let the Steelers go, even though they were proven
Right.
champions. I said I'm rolling with the Panthers. That's the home team. That's where my heart is at. So
Yep.
ever since then, I've been a Panthers fan.
So I have a question though. Did you
Mhm.
realize that Dom Capers was the defensive coordinator at Pittsburgh before he came to us?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Dom Capers, Kevin Green. I was a diehard Steelers fan, so I knew
Yeah.
all about the Steelers. So yeah, I know about the Dom Capers connection. I knew all about that, and
Let me
and
get at
that
this.
was that was
Let me get at this
and the
comment real
Steelers.
quick. Agent 704. I'm not popping. We two separate personalities, two different people. This J issue. I don't know if I sound like popping. I don't know if that's a compliment, but yeah, popping ain't on today. Go ahead, Thor.
But see, the thing is though, a lot of people don't realize the Steelers and the Panthers they somewhat had a pipeline because we got quite a few players from them. Not to mention our current owner used to be a minority owner for the Steelers.
We're very connected.
So very connected with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Because we got Lloyd Green. I mean Lloyd. What was it? Lloyd. Greg Lloyd. When he
Greg
was
Lloyd,
in his career, we got Kevin Green. Who else did we get? We got a couple. When we were still in the 3-4, we got some of their linemen. It was like because some of those guys, Dom had coached, so that's how we ended up getting some of those guys at the beginning.
right,
But we
right.
always had a relationship with them, at least at the beginning. Uh, so what you think about the list? What was? Hold on a second. What's your list?
Uh,
uh,
now, how many players we talking? Are we just saying just
let's go with 7.
seven all
Yeah,
time Hall of
yeah.
Famers from the Panthers?
Well, not Hall of Famers. We're gonna say first your
What
top
made you
7.
become a Carolina Panther
Oh,
fan?
that
Then
too. There you go.
added to your likes.
Well, what made me become a Carolina fan is because I'm from the Carolinas and I wanted somebody to represent where I was from.
See,
Okay.
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, I got tired of hearing everybody talk about this city, this and this and this, and I didn't have anybody. So when we finally did get somebody, it was like, a proud moment for me. It was, y'all just don't understand when
I,
it's like you have friends that have kids, but you don't have any kids. And you
yep.
hear them talking about their stories and the things that they do, but you don't have that experience yet. But when you finally get that, it's a breath of fresh air.
That is a true statement, and you know what? I don't think Jay Issue can understand that because there's always been a team here, and I heard your story, but for like part of my family. Matter of fact, my younger brother, he is a what is he? I think it's like Denver or some crazy stuff. But he's not a Panthers fan. I went home last time. I said, "Man, when you gonna give that up and come home? Come and be a Panthers fan?" Well, I'm like, "Man, this is bull crap," because that's why the stadium ended up with visiting team full up with
Hmm.
fans because there's people that live in the Carolinas that won't want to give up the old team.
Right.
See, they should do like us. They should sever ties and move on. Represent
Easy
South
go.
Carolina, North Carolina.
But see what happened when you start winning. Like when that year when Cam went to the Super Bowl,
Oh, they popping up all
every,
over the place.
everybody started coming back home. Then
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
everybody
right.
started coming back home.
Yeah, Cam was something different.
Yeah, he
And
was.
if we'd have won the Super Bowl in 2003, I bet you they all would have came home. What you think?
Yeah, because we were actually underdogs in 2003. As good as players we had that year, and as good as we played, we were underdogs because you got to keep in mind. I heard you say earlier that Philly was supposed to have been in the Super Bowl,
Yeah, they
but
were.
keep in mind, you remember who else we had to go through to get there?
Dallas.
We had, we had to go through them Rams with Torrey Hope,
We had to go through Dallas too.
and had to go through
No,
Dallas.
no, my bad, my bad, my bad. Wrong year. Wrong year. You're right. So 2003, we had to go through the whole them. You're right. Dallas wasn't good that year. Dallas, we put Dallas out in '96 to go in the
Okay,
'97 season. That's when we put Dallas out. Because Dallas won the year before. So the '95 with a Super Bowl for '95, which was '96. Dallas
if
won.
if if I'm not
That's
correct, didn't Dallas beat Pittsburgh in '95 in the Super Bowl?
yeah. So it was technically '96, but because the Super Bowl with was '96. So in
Okay,
'96, some the season '96 is Dallas last. That's when Green Bay won, which
right,
was
right.
90 Super Bowl '97.
So
That's
we
when Green
beat
Bay
we,
won.
we beat Dallas. We went to
Hmm.
Chicago and beat Chicago, and went to Green Bay in the championship and lost to Green Bay in the
Correct.
NFC Championship.
And we were up on them by 10.
And it wasn't it the frozen tundra. Wasn't it snow that year
Yep.
too?
Yep. It was frozen. It was frozen. It was no snow, but it was frozen. And we were
Okay,
up by 10 on those guys. I tell you.
but but
Hmm?
we weren't supposed to have even been there.
No. No, we was 2 years in. Nah, we wasn't supposed to be there, man. We was upsetting the apple cart. Now people don't realize this. They're a little known fact. We were there, but also the Jaguars were. The Jaguars lost to Denver.
New England was it New Denver or New England?
No, they lost to Denver.
Okay, okay,
They
okay.
lost to Denver. And then who did Green Bay beat? Green Bay beat that year, but I know the Jaguars lost to Denver because they were in the playoffs.
Okay.
Trying to see here, who did they lose to? Cause that's they lost. Who did they lose to? Yeah, so those guys they played in New Orleans, but that was a crazy game. But I'm trying. I don't see right now who they lost to. But anyway, it doesn't matter for this conversation. But both us and the Jaguars were deep in the playoffs that year, our second year in. And the Jaguars had young players. We had old players. That kind of, I think, spooked the coach, spooked the owner, thinking these guys are young and they advance as quickly as we have. And now we're going to have all these old guys, and they're going to have young guys that have more of a chance to go back and back to the Super Bowl or back on a run. But in reality, we've done it more than Jacksonville. What you think, Mr. White?
Yeah, I mean, we. I think that back then, and I've heard the other shows. The one that cursed us, like y'all say, y'all enlightened me on how much damage this guy did. But Herney, you know,
Oh, yeah.
if we had a different GM from the beginning,
Oh,
I just
no,
wonder
no.
how things would have turned out.
We did have one from the beginning. It was Bill Polian.
Well, I mean, as far as if let me rephrase it. If Bill Polian had stayed and we didn't have to go through the Herney years, I just wonder how things would have been different.
But think about it like this. Okay, let's watch this. I'm gonna give you a little. Uh, yeah. So remember, I just showed you where we went through this. Michael Bates, right? Michael
Hmm.
Bates was the most dominant kick returner in the league in the '90s, hands down. Picked by Polian, right?
Right.
So Polian, uh, where we go? I'm trying to find this. Colts general manager because he picked out the next year when he was the Colts GM. He picked Peyton Manning. I think it was that year. He picked Reggie Wade, all those other guys. Think
Mm,
about it if he would have been picking for us instead of the Colts.
mm, mm, mm.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
honey,
yeah.
he just.
So 1998, right? 1998. That'd have been the next draft, right? He picked. Who did he pick that year? Hold on a second. He picked Peyton Manning, 1998. Let's see. No, I think 97 was his first year. So he had to know. I think 97. Yeah, 97 was his first year with them. I think Marshall Faulk. He picked Marshall Faulk first. Think about what I just said. Now the other guy did, so he didn't pick him. But Marshall Faulk was already there. But he picked Peyton Manning. He picked Elton James. He picked
Mm.
uh, Marvin Harrison. He picked Dallas. What was his name? The tight end they had, Dallas something. I remember his name. Yeah, he had a Hall of Fame career as a GM, and he was ours. We gave him away for nothing.
With Dallas Goddard.
Yeah, well, now he picked a lot of guys that became Hall of Famers, 5 or 6, and that could have been on our team because we were picking around the same time frame the Colts were.
Well, I will say this: even though Herney was who he was, one of the things that I disliked about him the most, because you got to think that year we went to the first time we went to the Super Bowl. We had some athletes on the team, but it was the way that he retained our stars, or rather, the way he did not retain them. He paid the wrong people too much money and didn't pay other people enough money, and I think that was caused us to dismantle what we had.
We also had the lockout year. We keep forgetting about that. Do you remember
Mm.
the lockout year? So the lockout year, uh, I think the lockout. Let me see what the lockout year. I think it was the year after the Super Bowl. I think it was the year after the Super Bowl because we end up cutting a lot of players.
Mm.
We end up cutting a lot of players. Lockout years. Uh, we end up cutting a lot of players. Oh, there we go. It was the year before Cam Newton. So the 2003 year, what happened was this. Remember we had Ricky Manning and the other cornerback? Well, Ricky Manning was kind of hothead, and John Fox didn't like hotheads. So they ended up cutting those guys.
John
You know what I'm
Fox.
saying? Yeah, John
Jerry
Fox was,
Jerry Richardson in like a certain style of a guy.
yeah, John
So
Fox
I
didn't either.
so I
Well,
get
yeah.
I get Marty Herney role in drafting, but the owner also didn't like certain guys. So
Yeah, he didn't.
yeah, that played a big role along with that GM.
So the year before we got Cam, or the year of Cam's draft, we cut a lot of players. Uh, I'm trying to get the list of players we cut because that affected us again. Uh, that affected us a lot because I'm trying to remember who was on that roster we cut because that was horrible. Because Camden came in there with because they had a high payroll, and that was a way to cut the payroll because it was a lockout. They could sever contracts.
Mm.
What
Crazy,
y'all
huh?
boys on, man? What y'all boys on, man?
What's going on,
Hey,
partner? Welcome
hey,
to
What
the
up?
show.
we're trying to get this thing so that Matter of fact, let's do this, Pop. Your Panthers. Matter of fact, why you became a Panther fan first?
Because my team that I was born and raised in actually got a football team.
Man, look at this. You see, Jayisue, this seems to be a thing, don't it?
Nah. Y'all trying to walk away from being a bandwagon, but go ahead.
All right, whatever.
Because
No,
Wiley and Mr. White was really Steelers fan, and they became Panther fans.
I mean, they kind of didn't have a choice because they ain't like
Oh Lord.
see, look at him,
when
see.
nah, but seriously, like all right, so back in the day in North Carolina, the only teams that would play on TV that you could get on TV was the Redskins,
See? Oh, look at
uh,
that.
or the Cowboys. That's all you could see. Like you know, what I mean, unless you were
Steelers.
just rich, you was rich and you was able to get some high definition stuff back then. I mean, the
Yeah,
majority of people,
you're right.
you wasn't gonna be able to get that in the South. So
Yeah, we ain't had no season tickets back then, no season
Oh,
pass, and
no, no. Come on, Mr. White. Come on now. Season pass. You would be lucky if you had to remember when cable first came out and people out there going up on the pole and running line to the house. That's how we
so yeah,
watch. Go ahead.
kind of how that happened. Well, that's what happened. So with that being said, and then when they found out that the Panthers were gonna have a team around '93, um, those who wanted to become a Panther fan was allowed to.
Hmm.
Uh, whether they dropped their team or not, some people have, some people haven't. Uh, but to each his own. But that's how I became a Panthers fan because my actual city, Charlotte, North Carolina, got
Oh
a
yeah.
team. I mean,
Okay.
because I grew up in the Cowboys house,
Oh Jesus. I'm sorry.
so
I'm sorry.
uh,
mm.
now I wasn't that bad because you got to think about it. The Cowboys were winners during that time,
There you
so
go.
I grew up in a winning organization.
So
That's when they had a brain.
you're right. You were too young to see the trash they were before that.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
I ain't, I ain't seen no trash when I was born. All I seen was the golden years. Like, oh
You saw the
shit,
winning. You didn't see the '80s. You saw
I
the
didn't.
'90s.
See,
So
Jay, shoot, you got to look at
Yeah.
it like this. Before the Panthers came into existence, everybody in the Carolinas was pretty much a bandwagon fan because you was not going to pick a team that was losing.
Correct.
All the teams that people picked were teams that were winning.
Yep.
See, man, I wish y'all boys was my brothers because in my household, if you went for one team, they gonna hold that to your last breath. Okay, till you off this earth. Right now, if they know that you went for a team and they knew you switched for like say you going on 15 years, they still gonna rub that in your face. Oh, you went for such and such. Nah, not me. I went for
Come
one
on
team
now.
only.
You were
but
lucky
this
to
my
do that. Go
it's
ahead,
it,
Papa.
and I don't knock people for it, but I do give some depending on how their attitude is, they manner depends on how hard I go in on them. You know what I mean? Uh, depends on how ignorant the conversation can get. But everybody has a right to pick whoever team they want to pick. You know what I'm saying? Now you should stick with your team, but if you got the luxury of your hometown or somewhere close to your town,
Right.
to have an NFL team like Alabama, they'll never have an NFL team.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Mississippi never gonna have a NFL team.
No,
So,
I don't think so.
you, but you know what I mean? Like if you just was like, for instance, if you stayed in Vermont, you know what I mean? You can kind of choose who you wanna choose and be
No,
with.
no. It was New England Patriots, not Boston
I,
Patriots.
England don't like New England.
I know. I know. I'm just saying. That's what it was, though. They were trying to get all the fans in those states to be a Patriot fans.
So hold on, who's your brother's team?
Uh oh.
Me?
Your
Yeah.
brothers, yeah. Your brother's team.
Bears, Raiders. One was a Colts, but then he went to Washington. the Vikings, and that's about it.
Yeah. So they all over the place.
Right.
Mostly northern teams, or you got one West Coast team. So it's
Hmm.
Midwest, one West, and North.
So
Hmm.
JSU, where you grow up at?
I'm from Cali.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't meet too many California people. I met you that like Carolina, but I haven't met too many that like they either diehard Raiders fan or they're like Chargers,
Sam.
49ers,
Yep. There you
49
go.
fans. But I don't meet too many like West Coast people that actually like a team from the South. Cause it's kind of hard, especially if you grew up there. It's like when you gonna watch that game?
Yeah.
Like, that game come on probably when you in
Lunchtime.
bed.
No, lunchtime.
Their
Remember?
lunchtime.
Yeah, they're lunchtime.
Hold on. So what time do they go? What time your games come on the West Coast?
In the
Like
mornings.
10
So
o'clock in the
like,
morning, right?
yeah, like
That,
10 in the
bro,
morning.
that's weird, bro.
For
Me,
breakfast.
me, I'm so glad I'm in the South, bro. I need my chicken wings and beer. I can't.
You be have Fruit Loops.
Yeah, they started pushing the games back to like the afternoon, but some of them come on in the morning.
The
Yeah, I
East
can't do.
Coast games, yeah.
Hmm.
I need my from one all the way to the game. I can kind of get it. And you got to think about it. You go hard Saturday night, right? The next
Hmm.
day, you want to eat some grease. You want to put some grease on your stomach. So
Uh-huh. Calm it down.
might, yeah, you might go a little light. You might like there's no liquor. You gonna have a couple of beers, eat some wings. You know what I'm saying? Or eat, whatever Sunday dinner is, and sit back and kick back. And I gotta wake at 10 o'clock in the morning. Hell no.
You gotta wake up.
I'm gonna miss
You be hungover.
hungover. Yeah, it's like
Damn.
I yeah, I need at least to 11.
Shit.
Halftime.
Right. That's when I'm gonna catch the game at 11 o'clock. 11:30.
Mm.
But I don't want to catch no game at 10 o'clock in the morning. I miss the whole damn.
Mm.
All right, so hey Poppin, so your Panthers legends. 7 of them. Matter of fact, we didn't get Mr. White 7. So you and Mr. White, give us your 7.
Go ahead, Mr. White. You go first.
7.
You can make it less, but I gave you, a little breath there.
I mean, that's still. I might have to do more than 7, but the legends. I might start out with my favorite, uh, Smitty. That's just my favorite Panther. He's definitely on my list.
Uh-huh.
Peppers is on the list.
Hmm.
Uh, Kuechly's on the list.
Okay.
Um, you got to put Cam on the list. Can't leave Cam off the list.
Okay.
Sam Mills, he'll make my list.
Yep.
Um, trying to think of who else. Uh,
No running backs?
the running
No
back
time.
situation is a little bit different for me because most of the running backs we had, they didn't give us a lot of years.
Uh-huh. That's
Uh,
true.
CMC, he was great, but he was hurt most of the time. So I mean, I just can't. I don't want to put him in there just off of a few years of playing, and that's just
Okay.
my personal.
What about tight ends?
Uh,
Miss.
I'd have to give it to Olsen over Wesley, and
Oh.
the reason why is because Wesley, he got a lot of his years in San Fran as well.
Uh-huh.
But Olsen, he came to us from Chicago. He wasn't really doing too much in Chicago. but when he came here, he became, potential Hall of Famer. So I would have to give it to Olsen over Wesley Walls.
Okay, go ahead, Jazz.
No, I was gonna say, you might want to renege that, Mr. White, when you said a player only giving out a few years because Sam Mills only did 3 years.
Oh, see, there he go. See,
Okay, okay,
this
okay.
Sam Mills hate.
Let me go back with Sam Mills. Let me go back. The reason why Sam Mills is on that list is because if there was no Sam Mills, we would not have the slogan "Keep Pounding." So
Hello.
I mean, that alone, he means a lot, not just as a player, but as a coach, what he stands for. If you look at the history of the Keep Pounding and his story, you might have a better understanding. But even though he didn't play that many years with the team, he still brought a lot to the team and the franchise.
But
Mm.
here's something, Mr. White. Check this out. Sam Mills, right? The only player, linebacker, only linebacker that's been on the Panthers and had better years than Sam at linebacker. Any of Sam's years was Luke. Nobody else comes close. And Sam was 30, 35, 36, and 37.
So JSU, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Have you ever been to the stadium?
Not yet. Would love to.
Okay, okay. So let me share some info with you. If you ever go to the stadium, I want you to take notice of how many statues of people that they have at the stadium. I believe Sam Mills is the only player that they have a statue of at the stadium.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be Cam, but hey,
Come
that's
on, Doc. Come on.
I'm gonna squeeze my seven in there real quick.
Go
This is
ahead.
no in particular order. Uh, I said Cam, so Cam's there. Steve Smith,
Hmm.
um, Luke Kuechly,
Hmm.
uh, Thomas Davis, um, Greg Olson, uh, D'Angelo Williams, and Julius Peppers.
Not a bad list. Not a bad list. But what about Angelo?
Don't
I'm
do that,
sorry, bro.
Wally. Wally.
I,
What-
Me and Pop
if I
list is similar. Are you jealous, Wally?
no,
if
go
I could
ahead.
if I could combine, some Smash and Dash together as one, I would have both of them. But I just loved D'Angelo Williams' style. Um, he uh he wasn't um he wasn't no Barry Sanders or nothing, but it's I just liked his shiftiness, his speed,
Hmm.
tenacity, um, and I mean I can't. I wish I could put both of them together. I mean either one, Jonathan Stewart or D'Angelo. Either one, you can trade them off. I like both of them. I put them at one because they were just a hell of a
Do
Yeah.
off, yeah.
co- combo. Um,
Well, let me ask you something then. So, which duo do you like better? The
Uh
duo
oh.
from the first Super Bowl or the second Super Bowl?
Uh oh.
second, yeah, I like the second
Oh,
better.
what was the duo? Tolbert and Stewart?
Well, okay, Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, or
That
Stephen Davis and
it wasn't Bianca Batuka, was it? No.
No, no, no,
uh
no, no. It was well, you said him earlier. Oh shoot.
yeah, we just said him earlier.
You said him.
Was it Deshaun Foster?
Yeah, Foster. Yep, there you go.
I mean, Deshaun Foster was that dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Deshaun Foster was
So
was
Deshaun
he
Foster and Stephen Davis versus D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart.
Ooh,
Stephen
that's
Who
a
you
Davis.
gonna take?
Mm.
Stephen Davis was nasty too.
that's what I'm
Uh,
saying.
that's
Hard, ain't it? It's
a
hard.
hard, but the thing is Stephen Davis and Deshaun Foster, they were kind of similar. If you ask me, they both would run straight up the middle, get you hard nose yards. D'Angelo Williams, he had more than 1 year. He cut to the outside, he was gone. It was a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yes, sir.
That,
And
that,
wasn't catching them.
yeah.
So I think those were two power backs that we had. So I'm still gonna
Okay.
stick with
Yeah.
Jonathan
Okay.
Stewart and because the
I can
speed,
get that.
like if you need to hurry up and speed up, you put D'Angelo Williams there. Boom. I want y'all to go back and look at the Williams highlights, bro. Like y'all, we have outcast him because of the things he said outside.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
he's had, he does have the right to be mad at the players, but you know he he has every right to be that way. Because
Yeah.
his mother passed away and how he felt like he wasn't treated, or was mistreated, whatever the case may be. But if you go back and watch D'Angelo Williams highlights, bro, you be like, damn, I forgot he was that quick. I forgot he could shoot
Mhm.
like that at that
Mhm.
speed. You forget that bro was a beast.
Yeah, he
So
was. Yes,
um,
he was.
Thomas Davis, he was man, he was just the heart of the defense, man. Like he got you hype. He always was gonna stick somebody. He the one that ignited Luke Kuechly. When Thomas Davis finally get that big monstrous hit, he set the tone. Then Luke Kuechly just opened up. Interceptions, crack you here, crack you there. I mean, he turned Luke Kuechly and stopped Luke Kuechly. Then Thomas Davis
Nah.
had to take Thomas Davis had to take the back seat like, damn, Luke, you going crazy.
Yeah.
Calm
Luke.
down.
Luke was it was classic. They had him on like an NFL films. Luke had ran some dude cross field, hit him hard, and said, "Hey man, let me help you out." I was like, "What the hell?" Then he gets back in the game, tears his ass up again. Hey man, dude looked at him like, "Man, leave me alone, leave me alone." I was like, "God."
I would never forget how he stiffed Tony Romo.
Oh yeah, that
Uh,
interception.
I would never forget how Thomas Davis hit Tony Romo on the sideline, put him out the game.
Yep, yep.
Uh, and then this is since I can only go with 7. This is I wish the runner up is Josh Norman.
Uh oh.
I'm sorry, Josh Norman to me was just that guy.
Wasn't a good
He
year.
It was enough. It was enough for me. We, we didn't get to keep him.
Wasn't
See,
a good
Pop,
Josh,
year.
I picked Chris Gamble, but
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I,
That's a good. Oh, that's a good one.
can you imagine both of them on the field at the same time though? Oh my! I wonder what would Madden have rated if we can like
Oh,
pull it up on Madden. Who's
oh.
the all-star Madden team? Who would that be? Who all be on there? The offensive line.
Mm.
I guess the best offensive line have been last year.
Mm.
Nah, nah. Well, I don't know. You man, Gross was pretty good though. I don't know. Icky and Gross will be fighting it out.
Khalil, you got
Oh yeah, Khalil. I think
got some
Khalil
guys.
be the center. He be the
Would,
center.
would John Casey still be the kicker?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Will he be the battling it out with Panini?
I don't
I mean,
know.
what's
I like
Just
Butker though as a kicker, but we ain't even keep him.
oh, he
right?
was the set. Don't see. Don't do that, man. See, JSU, you bringing up old shit.
My
You
bad.
doing that? Every time I see the dog on the Chiefs winning and he kicking, I'm like, those are bad as
Bruh, that's
fire.
a badass dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
but
cut him.
we got Hecker. Hecker just as good. Hecker just as good. We redeemed ourselves. Um, so yeah, it would just make you wonder would Brian Burns make the D line if it's Madden's Carolina Panthers all Madden. I mean, the best of the
Nah,
best.
nah, he
I
wouldn't
Burns
don't
make
make
it.
think he can make it. I don't
He
think
wouldn't make
Burns will
it.
make it.
no.
On that side, watch that. On that side of the field, this is the people on that side of the field you can understand. Peppers, Reggie White, Kevin Green. Who else is on that side of the field? And
Greg Hardy, if he didn't
yep,
do what
Greg
he
Hardy.
did,
Greg Hardy.
Chris
And who?
Jenkins.
No,
Chris
Chris
Jenkins.
Jenkins. Chris Jenkins was a nose tackle.
I
We
mean,
just
not
talking about
Chris.
the Talking
Charles
about Odie Johnson.
Johnson.
Nope, he played on the
Yeah,
left
Johnson.
side.
Oh, you
I
talking
mean, he
about?
was on the edge though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the
Charles
whole.
Johnson. They played on the left side. They all played on the left side. I was only
Yeah,
naming
Okay.
right defensive ends.
sure, you can move him to the
Okay.
left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Johnson
but
was
I'm
on
just
both
saying.
sides.
I was just naming all the ones on the right. But I'm telling you, that's a hard. How you gonna break that, bro?
So you're gonna have Brian Burns coming off the bench.
Brian Burns might not even make the team.
He'll make the team.
Really? Reggie White?
I mean, YGM making it, ain't he?
No, I'm trying to think about this. If you only can have two right ends, you
Right.
got Reggie White, you got Kevin Green. Kevin Green was 14 and a half sacks. Reggie White with us was like 12 and a half sacks, I think it was. Still at an old age. Then you still had 14 and a half sacks came from, or 15, excuse me. That was oh boy, that went crazy. You said him a minute
Hardy.
ago. Hardy,
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy. How Burns is gonna make it past those three?
Practice squad.
I'm just saying. they could all sit the edge. They could all sit the edge, stop the run. Oh, and we forgot about Peppers. Peppers over there too.
So who made the who?
Who made,
I mean, can you? I don't know. You know, your best linebackers of all times in the Panthers would be who? Luke Kuechly. Who else?
Sam Mills.
Sam Mills,
I don't want them
Thomas
Sam Mills.
Davis.
Thomas Davis, and
Kevin Green.
no
John
linebacker. We talking about
John
middle,
Beaton.
middle.
Oh, middle. Okay.
Beeson,
I'm throwing Davis in there. I'm sorry.
Beeson, and who else? There's one more.
Who started?
Whitfield. I mean, Witherspoon.
Who started?
Those are the five. Kuechly.
I'm putting Davis in there, dog. I'm sorry.
Now Sam is gonna start over him, man. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm just saying. What you say? What you say, Mr. White?
You talking about middle linebacker?
We talking about those two linebackers right there. Yep, those two in the middle.
Oh, it's inside. Okay, in a
Yeah.
3-4.
We're in a 3-4 or 4-3 either way. But the inside guys.
Luke
That's
Kuechly
hard because it's a whole history of
Luke Kuechly got to be my middle linebacker. For one, he
Yeah.
control it.
yeah. Kuechly got to.
I thought you was
I'm
gonna stick with Davis, Pop. I was gonna pick Luke.
No, I'm talking about you have multiple linebackers on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, David's gonna be outside linebacker. If he got the speed and he can cover tight ends and anything else, he can blitz. He's straight. You got to put another linebacker on the other side of Luke Kuechly. Who they gonna
If you're
be?
playing, I'm telling you.
Them three right there.
See, you're being disrespectful, Pop.
I'm not doing it.
You being disrespectful, Pop.
Hey, fellas, I appreciate it, but I got to leave. I got to go take care of something right quick.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Mr. White.
No problem.
You're being a little disrespectful there, Pop.
Well, what did he do?
No, Sam had way more impact than Davis, man. More interceptions,
I'm thinking
more forced fumbles.
He was on that stuff back then. That don't count.
He wasn't on no stuff. He won forced fumbles.
Wally, you know they did that back then.
Hey, I'm about this era of football right now. I think Sam Mills wouldn't make it, bro.
The guys were bigger. Well, I don't know. They weren't bigger back then. They were around. The linemen were around 290 to 300 pounds.
I don't think Sam Mills can make it right now. In this era of football, if you had all of them in their prime.
I don't know,
Now,
bro.
yeah, then you can throw all four of them out there. He's gonna be outside linebacker. He's not gonna be in that middle.
Bro.
Yeah, nobody taking Luke place in the middle. I know.
That'd be so nasty.
So what? Who your starting corners?
Oh,
we wouldn't even have to rely on D-Jack or
no, they
Henderson.
no, they ain't in nowhere to discussion. So
Best
out
ever.
So I got an
Yeah,
honorable mention. I gotta have to have one honorable mention. The honorable mention has to be Ricky Manning. I know MJD3 was it what's his I'm on the phone,
MDJ
I don't see.
365.
Yeah, I know he said Ricky caused us a Super Bowl fight slip. But the dude was a dog. So that's no honorable mention. But the four, I would say, boy, this is
Are
gonna
we
be
looking at cornerbacks now?
we're looking at
cornerbacks. Yeah,
we got the safeties yet.
yeah,
Safeties
we
gonna
got
be.
oh, it's gonna be harder. So cornerback, hmm,
I'm throwing Josh Norman in there. I
I'm
got
gonna
to.
say Davis from the Davis. He was a All Pro. He was
Davis.
on the 90. Yeah, Eric Davis. Eric Davis, All Pro. Eric Davis was on the 96, 9017, 9017, I think it was. But yeah, Davis was pretty damn good, bro. So
Can't remember.
we put Davis. We put Davis. We just name four. Then we have to will it down. So we got Josh and Davis, right?
I got to stick with Chris Gamble. I'm sorry.
We got Gamble. Who else we got?
James
Let's
Bradbury.
okay.
Uh,
I don't know if he's
uh,
gonna make it. Ken Lucas was pretty good until he got until Steve broke his jaw.
yeah, I'm gonna go JC Horn.
You said who?
JC,
I'm gonna go JC
he gonna,
Horn.
he gonna put JC out there. Now we up to five, so we got five. Now we got to will it down to two. Well, actually three. Let's get to three. So I think JC gonna make the final cut. Healthy JC makes the final cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we gonna say what Josh at his top at his peak here make the cut. Who else?
Mhm.
Now we got to get down to one. Who's out? Who's out next one? I would say it'd be Chris Gamble.
Chris Gamble, yeah,
There you go. That's a hell of a trio.
yeah. Now we go going to safety
Ooh, here we go. Kid Lucas.
and do honorable mention. What's my boy name? He only played with us 2 years though. But he was
Oh,
balling that
Who?
year.
you talking about Mitchell? You talking about Mitchell? The guy went to Pittsburgh?
He was nice. He was nice. I don't know if you talking about him, Pop, but he was nice.
I wasn't talking about him. He went to the Super Bowl with us.
Are you talking about Kurt
What?
Coleman?
Kurt Coleman.
There you go.
Kurt Coleman was a dog, bruh. That dude
Hey,
was a
hey, Mitchell was a different guy too.
I
I
think
remember.
Mitchell was better than Kirk though,
Yeah, Kurt took Mitchell's place.
because
Woo.
Kirk he was bad in
yeah.
coverage in my opinion, but
What about Trey Boston?
nah,
Nah,
nah.
he's an honorable mention, but I think it's gonna
Uh,
be Mike Mentor.
so Mike Minter.
Now we up to four. Now we get one more.
I guess that would be your four right there.
Do we put Harper in there? It was only a
Who?
couple of years. Harper,
Roman
Ron.
Harper, no.
Yeah, Roman. Okay, no Roman.
We got him at the back end of his career. That
All right. So who
Yeah,
who else do we got?
yeah. Uh, yeah.
'Cause we ain't had that many. Cause Mike Mentor
nah,
played for 10 years.
yeah, we did.
yeah. So Mike Minter got
Godfrey,
Oh yeah, there you go. So
yeah. I guess we got.
that's the
Yeah, we
five. So let's get it
got.
down. Let's get it down to at least what three?
I had
Want
to
to come
say
up?
I had to say Minter. Yeah, he had to be the starter.
who?
Uh-huh.
You said who?
Mentor, Mike Mentor.
Okay, okay, I rock that
He
one.
had to be. Uh, shit.
Hmm. See, look at that. What about I would say Godfrey. I forgot
Yeah,
about. He was good. He was really good. Mike Mentor and him together,
Yeah, that might be a good.
dropping the hammer in the coverage.
Mr. Todd Dollar Sign himself.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that might be a good look, right? And your backups behind them are great too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, Godfrey. Yeah.
All right, so let's do offense now.
Uh-oh, now
Who
we're getting spicy. Now we're getting
who
spicy.
who's gonna be the quarterback?
You know, we didn't do
Jake.
we didn't do what you call. We didn't do the defensive line.
I thought we did that. That's what we did. You said because you said Brian Burns wouldn't make the line, and you said
But
he'll barely make the
The list.
the list.
Unless you're talking about DT.
I'm talking about from the left to the right.
No, Wiley. Are you saying the DT? Because we went defense. We went the sides. You on mute, Wiley?
oh, I'm sorry. We didn't do the tackles.
Okay, so all right, so left tackle, right tackle. Where y'all want to go? I mean D tackle.
Yeah, I think it defensive tackles, both of them. I'm gonna hit two at once. That'd be Chris
Okay,
Jenkins and Mr. Butler himself.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's you can't go wrong with that at all.
Who else is
That's
gonna take? Who else?
Star.
I don't think
Starla to the late is a good mention,
he's a
but
good mention.
He
he's a
wasn't.
nose tackle,
Yeah.
Jenkins was a nose tackle.
so he would be backing up Jenkins.
Jenkins. Yep. Now,
Yeah.
who we gonna put KK as the backup?
I like. Is Brown a no?
Brown will be. He can play beside Jenkins.
I put Brown.
You put Brown before KK.
Yeah. Hell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What you
No,
say? Which
I can't.
you gonna put
I can't.
KK?
He ain't had no help on the line. That's no. You got it. You got it. I ain't gonna make no excuses. You got it, Pop.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. The thing about KK is he's a finesser.
Oh yeah.
That man had so many different moves.
Nah, he was nice.
He was slick. He was
He
slick with
was.
it.
He was slick, bruh. He was slick. Dude, he had shoulder surgery. I'm telling you, that dude would find a way to be disruptive.
Yeah.
He would just like that. So I can't put Derek Brown over KK at this moment.
All right. Here we go. So that's the tackles. Now we can go to the offense.
Yeah. So who's gonna be the quarterback? Don't y'all run from it.
Oh, you wrong for this. You wrong for this. We all know
I
it's gonna
said
be
mine,
Cam.
Jake. I'm going with Jake.
You going with Jake?
Yes, sir.
You right. You ain't right for
I'm
this. You ain't
going
right
Cam.
for this.
I'm
I'm gonna go
going
Cam.
Cam.
I'm going Cam.
That's cool. I'll be on the island by
So
myself. That's cool. Fine with that.
I mean, Jake,
That-
ain't no wrong with that. If something happened to Cam, Jake, come on right on in.
No,
All right,
if something happened to Jake, Cam come in because Cam would be the backup.
oh.
whatever. Cam, Cam been a y'all would been a starter.
Oh
uh
man.
oh, let's see. So all right, so we're gonna do left tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want to say Icky, but are you sure Icky's the best left tackle ever in history for the
No,
Carolina
it's
Panthers?
it's Jordan Gross. Come on, man.
Jordan Gross. Okay. What about right tackle?
Oh,
It's gonna
damn.
have to be.
Are you gonna put Icky on the right, or are you gonna let Taylor Moton stay there?
Moton has been the best
So here's the funky
RC,
part, right?
right?
So Jordan Gross played both left and right tackle.
No, you can only use him in one place.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna
I'm just saying. If we want to
keep
put,
him on.
we want to. Yeah.
So,
I'm
Oh,
I'm putting Icky at left and Gross at right.
mm,
see, that's what I'm saying.
mm. I actually like that.
Yes,
All
sir.
right,
I actually, I actually
we
like
can
that.
we can settle on that. We can settle on that.
Left guard, right guard.
Ooh,
The
Turner.
rookie that we just got.
Trey
Nah,
Turner.
he ain't. Trey
I'll say
Turner.
Trey Turner.
Who's
I
the
say
left?
that
Who's the left
left
though?
guard.
I forgot about Turner. Oh my goodness.
Who's the
Left
left guard?
guard.
He was the right guard. Who's the left guard?
Oh man.
That's tough, ain't it? I think it's Norwell.
Yeah. There you
Woo!
go.
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Nowhere.
Nowhere on the side with Icky.
You're right.
Jesus.
Now you got to get your center,
It's only one, Ryan Khalil. Come on.
Ryan Khalil. You can throw Bose. You can throw Bozeman after that.
We had a couple. The center's always been pretty good. I just can't remember all their names. They've just been pretty good. But Ryan just had personality and whatnot.
Right. Keep that. All right. So we're gonna start with our running backs.
It's gonna get spicy. It's gonna
Mm.
get spicy. All right.
Another.
Mm.
Oh man.
I don't know.
You
I don't know.
bring two. What two you bring?
Uh,
And I go on a fullback just in case y'all like Tolbert.
Mhm.
nah, I'm gonna skip on fullback.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm.
Pop, you know he was horrible at blocking and running. He'll bounce off, but if you gang tackle him, he not going nowhere.
You
Yeah.
can't
So
tell
I'm.
me.
Huh, I'm gonna
I
go. I'm gonna
uh,
go. Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson as your running back.
One of them. And then I'm
I'm
gonna
about to,
go.
who?
I'm, he was on the team at the beginning.
I'm gonna pass on that one. Go ahead. I don't
And
know.
then
he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
thinking like I
Uh,
don't think I need the best. Which one was the best?
mm,
Pretty good. You need to go with the. He's the best.
I know you want to go with Flash. That's what you want to do.
Who's the best running back? Not scat
Cam.
back. Running back.
Cam.
Shut your.
Oh, you're horrible. Uh,
Was
so
Stephen
I
Day?
Oh my goodness.
okay. We'll go with Jonathan Stewart and Deontay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Deontay.
Excuse me. What was his name?
D'Angelo Williams?
D'Angelo. Excuse me. My bad.
Yeah, and Steve Stewart.
Yeah. Together, they're an excellent duo.
Hey,
Okay.
all right, well, here we go. Wide receivers. We ain't got much to choose from.
Oh no, we pretty good.
Steve Smith is. We already put him out there.
Muhammad.
Hussein Muhammad. Okay.
Uh huh. And
CMC. I put CMC in the slot.
mm,
Yeah, I ain't rocking with that. Why y'all quiet?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking about other
I don't.
receivers we had.
I don't. Yeah, I'm thinking about everybody else that we had.
Mm, I'm,
It's
And right.
either it's
Yeah,
either CMC or Adam in the slot for a safety blanket.
we got DJ
Adam,
Moore.
Nah, I'm a bad.
DJ
DJ.
Moore.
Who else?
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Uh, yeah, I'm
Pro.
just thinking. No, Pro didn't have good years with us. He had a good years with the Rams. Hmm
You got Ted Ginn.
Ted, Ted would take the top off. That's true.
Yeah, he also dropped balls too.
All the
He
time.
made
That's true.
it up for it though. When he dropped one, he caught a big one.
That's true. Who else
He
we
caught.
got?
I kind of want to throw Ted Ginn in there. Wildly. I know that's gonna sound crazy,
It
but
do.
you
Well,
real.
It do.
but it'll take the
That's what
top off. It's a good.
he
It's a
gonna take.
good 3-0.
You got two route runners and a burner.
Yeah.
Okay, that's three. We got our fourth or
Number four, I'm probably gonna throw DJ. To be honest with you.
We ain't got no choice. It's not like we got.
mm,
Who else we
Yeah,
got?
Kevin Benjamin or
mm.
Devin.
No, hell no.
No.
You roll for that, Papa. You roll for that.
Damn, he done gave me a migraine.
You roll for that, Papa.
He ain't gonna do that. So what you gonna go with? That's
I'm telling you, CMC, put him in the slot.
CMC gonna be our backup running back. out the bench.
Okay. Uh,
All right. So I think that's about it, man. We got to go DJ. We got to go Ted again. We got to go uh, Moose and
Moose
Steve.
Smitty. Okay,
Yep.
that's cool.
And then okay, all right. With that being said, now we go tight ends. You already know Greg Olson.
And we got Wesley Walls. Done.
Wesley Walls.
Wesley was a bad man. Ask Steve.
Wesley Walls.
And I think that's your greatest Panthers of all time, as far as on the football field.
On both sides of the ball.
But we
Both.
got. But I'm trying to remember that running back. I mean, the fullback we had in 2003. The fullback.
Uh,
He wore like number 45 or 42. The dude was. I remember we used to play Madden. He always be killing.
You said what year?
Like 2003, the Super Bowl year.
Agent 74 said, "Nah, not Jay Stu. Shit, a healthy Jay, Keyshawn
Hell,
Johnson."
Man, Keyshawn he was a locker room cancer. Who said that? Who said
Jesus.
704? You wrong for that, bro. You wrong. He got a big ass smile on his face, right? He know he wrong for that shit. He know he's wrong for that.
Yeah, I actually want to see this play out. We put like a. I wonder if I could do that on my Madden. I could pick my all-star team, put them together.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that fullback, who's the
who
fullback?
Hoover.
Yes, Hoover. Hoover is the fullback.
Bring Tober. You bring Tober behind him.
Yeah, yeah. Told behind Hoover. Hoover was a beast, man. Hoover was a beast.
Tober cannot block. Y'all finna get our quarterback killed.
But Hoover can. Hoover can block. He can catch. He can run.
Yeah, run different schemes for him. Tober can block. He's not the best blocker, but he can block.
Hoover is an excellent blocker. He's
Mm.
excellent all the way around.
Fuck it, then. We'll just put N Thomas in there. Then come on.
Ooh, you wrong,
Yes,
bro. Come
sir.
on
At
now.
fullback, yes, sir.
See? See, Justin Long said Hoover. See? Hoover was the man. He was a beast, man.
I will put Ian over him though.
No, you wouldn't, man. You
Yes, I
wrong for
would.
this.
Ian is the best block that we got on the offense.
Yeah, but he know Hoover, bro.
So when you stack
Hoover.
that up, compared to what we got now, man,
Yeah.
that's some elite dogs right there.
Oh yeah. Those are
And
elite dogs.
I would love to see that, you know what I'm saying, simulated somehow on
Mm-hmm.
Madden, and we go against our division best all time.
Yep.
That'll be dope.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're saying, man. So this looks pretty good. I believe that all the way around we have pretty good players when you put together a team like that. Too bad we didn't have them overlapping as much as we would
Right.
like to.
Facts.
The problem is most of our guys only stayed around 5, 6 years on average.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
blame that on Marty Herney.
Oh,
Exactly.
Justin Long want us to do punters.
Oh, punters. Oh, so it'd be my man. What was his name? The first one we had. I'm not on my computer right now. But
Neither am I.
yeah, I'm not on my computer. But the only one we have is we got Hecker, and we have what was it? Todd Sausenberg or something like that. Sausen. Remember his name?
We never
But the dude
decided
was
on
a
the.
he was a hell of a punter though.
We never decided on the field goal kicker.
Oh, the field goal kicker. See, you wrong for this. You know it's we all know it's Casey, but we don't want to say that. Hold on, but the guy we just got rid of, the one that's at the Giants. What was his name again? What was his name? That the one that went to the Giants was complaining about our medical staff.
You talking about that Hispanic dude?
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his
Dang, I
name.
can't think of his name.
He was a kicker.
Sour ball.
Oh, we know who you talking about.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. Well, that's the one the greatest ones we've ever had.
Oh, Gano, Graham Gano.
Yeah, Graham Gano. Now Graham and Casey, Graham is, but see the problem is Graham and Casey have those kicks. Both of them have those kicks, man. It's hell to be a kicker. You almost gotta be perfect.
Yeah, man.
But I'm telling you, I believe that you know, if we didn't look at that too. We didn't look at it. We didn't look at it one show, which is gonna
Hey,
be. Go
Agent,
ahead.
I just think you on BS today.
What are you talking about?
Joey Slide.
He- He's doing you.
What? That boy hit a trash can on the side of the field 100% of the time.
That boy's a bodybuilder. He wasn't no kicker.
Right. No. You on mute, Wiley. But man, certain players you just want to get
Yeah,
off your mental. Like, no.
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean, man. Joey Slash should never been brought up. 704 is on that bullshit today.
Yeah, he
He,
is.
he's on it. He's on it. He's like, this is the yeah. It's
This is
all
my
good
time to
though.
shine.
Yeah, yeah. He said, ain't no Q, ain't no go here. Let me shine.
He like, shit, y'all bringing up Ian Thomas. Let me slide these few more in.
See if y'all guys slipping today.
Right.
Yeah. But hey, I believe that this shows that we've had pretty good players, and I think it gives us a little more perspective on this season. What you think, Poppin? Oh, he didn't. Am I still on? Yeah, I'm still on.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. So looking at what we discussed today, I think it gives us a little more perspective. We've gone through all the ones that said, "Hey, look, this is why we're." Oh wow! See, 704 is wrong for that. He said that's who I was thinking about. So he's wrong. He's wrong. All right. So looking at today's show, right? We talked about why we became fans, which is a lot of time. That's a lot of time you don't know why Panther fans became fans. And then we talked about our favorite Panthers. And one thing we didn't get from you, Poppin though, is who do you think gonna make the Hall of Fame from your list?
Um, Hall of Fame, Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, uh, Peppers, Steve Smith. That's it.
So who you
Ryan
think that?
Khalil
Okay, who
and Jordan Gross.
who- so who do you think has the highest chance? Highest to lowest?
Oh, John Casey.
John, man, come on, you full of shit. You
Damn.
ain't- Golly. Nah.
Shoot.
So I'm looking at this site, right? And it gives the like a grade like legend scores. So Peppers has a 54. So his likelihood is pretty high. Luke has a 50. So that's his legend score. And then Steve got an 18. Big difference, ain't it? Then Ryan Khalil has a 18. Cam Newton has a 17. And Jordan Gross, he has an 8. So I don't think Jordan Gross is going to get an opportunity to get in the Hall of Fame.
That's the Southern Mafia for y'all guys. Y'all heard it here first. Southern Mafia.
I'm just saying, man. Yeah. But hey, that kicker I was talking about, that Todd Salzburg, that dude, he from a kicker perspective, he's our highest rated kicker ever. Punter, excuse me, punter. He's our highest rated punter ever.
Really?
Dude was yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Todd Salzenberg. You see him in the see, here we go. What he had. He played he so he kicked for a lot of teams, but he kicked for us. He kicked for us for 4 years. But yeah, he's our highest rated kicker.
He's a punter or a kicker?
Excuse me, punter, not kicker,
Okay.
punter.
Oh, because the one that we got from, was he with the Chargers and we grabbed him?
Uh, the, no, the guy.
Johnny
Oh,
Hecker.
Hecker. He
Yeah,
came from the Rams.
he's pretty good too, though.
Oh, he's yeah, he's pretty damn. Yeah, he's pretty good, bro. They don't even have him on the list of this site. Maybe I don't know. It's weird. Maybe because they still got him on the Rams. Let me see. But he's pretty good too. Let me go to the Rams. Let me see. They got it. His score. See if it's higher than
He got a 48 right now.
Jesus. Yeah, Hecker got a 42. He's pretty high on the list.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think he may make the Hall of Fame before our guy.
That's what's up.
That's crazy, man. Wow, the Rams got a lot of Hall of Famers.
One of the older teams.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, man. I think today was a pretty good show. I think what you think, Jess? You think that you got your point across? You
Well,
think that
hopefully the fans, they understand me more and know when I became a Panthers fan and should just rock with me better. But yeah, we got a point across. I'm starting to learn more about the OGs of the Panthers.
not we got a pretty good history, man. At the beginning we had a lot of good guys. Unfortunately, the more Marty Herney was the GM, the worst talent guy. But we had a pretty good foundation at the beginning.
Yeah, we just hold on to certain individuals for too long.
Hmm.
And some of them we starting to learn that we let them go too soon, like Capers, and everyone liking our new head coach. So some of them we hold
Well,
on too long, some of them we get rid of too early.
well, Capers was a rookie coach. It was his first time. Uh, and then remember, time he left us, when he left us in '97, 2001, he already had a new job. That was the Texans' job. So they recognized the guy had talent. So it wasn't that. It's just sometimes it takes a while and sometimes you're not a head coach, you're a position coach. I think he's a better position coach than a head coach, personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What you say, Poppin?
I mean, yeah, you might be right. You know, uh, yeah, you might be right. I mean, I can't go against it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I think today's show has been entertaining but educational, and I believe that I got my point across. Now I think we've. What about you, Jay? If you need any more time, you got something else you want to express?
Oh no, we good. Today been a good day. Got our topics off.
I think the chat. Let me look and see what the chat. If there's anything in the chat that I missed out on.
Oh no, they just on you.
Yeah, I see they're all over me here.
Yeah.
But see, they agree with me. See, Justin Long agrees with me that Hoover was different. See, 704 ain't right today. See, he thought I was talking about Joey Slye. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
I be telling you while you be jumping out, jumping out the moving car while it's on the freeway.
Yeah.
So
See, Carolina Logic agrees. Smitty, Moose, DJ, and see what I'm saying?
I know he
See,
agreed
like,
with Pop. Pop said again and DJ. So
ah,
now you good though, Wally. You, it was a good day today.
uh, oh, okay, all right. I, I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna leave this alone
Yeah.
because obviously I can never convince you, JSU, but I will try next Saturday. So if you haven't liked the video, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we'll be back for Goat Talk on what? Popping. When is Goat Talk gonna happen again? I believe Goat Talk's on Tuesday or Monday. Which one is it?
I want to say Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday is Goat Talk.
Yes,
So,
sir.
hey,
Yeah,
prepare for the next
Tuesday,
Goat.
Wednesday, go talk. Tuesday, Wednesday,
Hey,
go talk.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Goat Talk. So, hey guys, hey, I appreciate y'all guys' support. Hey, Jason Long, appreciate it. Saying a good show, man. Hey, if you haven't liked the video, like the video. If you haven't subscribe. Make sure you share this video with your friends and family. Maybe some of those people that are in the Carolinas that are still hardened fans of other teams can hear our confession about how we transitioned from being a Panthers fan, excuse me, a Pittsburgh fan to Panthers fan, two of us. Uh, Poppin, who were you a fan of before?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he liked me, Wally. So just
All right. So if you have family members that haven't got a team yet, or if they're in the Carolinas and they haven't become a Carolina Panther fan yet, share the video. Talk to them. Maybe there's something we said today that can help them come on side of the black and blue. That's all I have to say. Thank you for the show. Peace. Keep pounding.